What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in another country. I am in a country that I've always wanted to be, and finally I'm here, which is Vietnam. And so far the weather's lovely out here. It's way cooler than it was in the Philippines, and the weather here is like in the late 70s. I'm specifically in the city of Hanoi, so I'm gonna be around here for a couple of days and make my way to another part of Vietnam. But so far I just arrived here, so I'm waiting. It's still a little early for me to check in the hotel, so I grab a breakfast and I'm just gonna wander around the area that I'm staying and show you guys what's happening. So without further ado, join me. These are one of the regular streets out here in Vietnam. I want to show you the place that I have my breakfast. It's actually a place that's called banh mi. Vietnam is pretty famous for its banh mi. I have it right here, and it had a coconut iced coffee, and it was actually really good. But look, they got hotels. This is actually the old quarter in Hanoi. And this is different than other Asian countries. What I like about Hanoi is they have a lot of trees that protects you from the weather. So here you got chairs. I think in the nighttime the neighborhood's gonna be lit. Wow. Pretty busy here. People just working, hustling out here, And I've only been a couple of blocks, so I'm just exploring around. I got Google Maps, but I'm just, every street here is literally worth to explore, so I'm just going with the flow. So I got here not much ago, so I'm just taking it in, slowly and gently, seeing what's out here. One thing that I heard is crazy is crossing the streets in Hanoi. Also in Saigon too, so I'm just walking around here to see what's going on, then I'll study my Google Maps to see if there's any other area I can walk and see what's happening. One thing I know is they're very patriotic. You can see the Vietnamese flag all over. Oh, especially this street. Let me show you this street. It's covered with the Vietnamese flag. And the thing is they're celebrating their 50th anniversary since they defeat, the Vietnam War. I think it was in 1975, so it's been 50 years already. Literally, I think it was April 30. I think it's actually today, the day that I'm filming this video. So wow, it's an honor for me to be here in this country that fought for its land and its rights. And today is a prosperous country, really beautiful. People are really proud and happy to be out here. So, but let me keep walking around to see what's going on. It's like every street. Let me show you this one out here. Every single street here is just awesome. The only bad thing is the language barrier, but that happens in most of the countries all over the world. So anybody who comes from the United States, Canada, or anything, don't expect people to speak English everywhere you go. Try to learn at least the basic of the language, communicate in signs, But yeah, remember, English is not the first language in many countries out here. Wow, I tell you, man, the streets here are pretty bustling. I think later in the afternoon it probably gets busier, It's just early right now. It's only like before 11 o'clock, like 10:30, so it's not really much going on. But I think later it's gonna get even busier. I love the balcony of the buildings out here. And the streets are pretty tight. It's like I'm literally sharing the street with the motorcycles. Wow, watch out, sir. With the motorcycles, so look, see? And I think this is only one side, but some of the roads are literally like two sides. So I just gotta be careful walking out here. But this is the experience, when you come to Asia. Just gotta love the streets, how they got all the flags hanging out here in the trees. So we got this, wow, the streets. Showing you, like all angles of the streets. And motorcycles everywhere you go. And you got restaurants. I already withdraw some money, so still learning a little bit the conversion rate here with the United States and the Vietnamese dong, but so far it's an affordable country, one of the most affordable countries out here in the world and in Asia. So, but yeah, see, this is mostly business, well-paved streets, a lot of trees, so yeah. So far I'm loving Vietnam, and I'm proud of the Vietnamese people. An honor for me to be here in this country. Like I said, I'm taking it in. I'm gonna start making my way to other areas. I'm gonna check out the train tracks where they got all the coffee shops and the train passes nearby. I'm gonna do that. So not now, later. Like I said, I just got here and I'm killing time. I don't want to be in the hotel waiting. So I'm out here exploring. Then I'm probably gonna nap because I literally didn't sleep last night waiting for my flight to come here. Oh, they got a coffee shop right here. I'll show you. They got a coffee joint right here, banh mi. Then they got more over this side, you know. So it's like every street here is worth, and you see it's literally paved with trees. Here goes more of the street out here. Wow. You know, people they just go out about their business, but I think I'm gonna look at Google Maps to see where am I, because I don't want to go far and get lost. But I don't think it's a big of a neighborhood, this area, so I want to see what else can I walk and explore. Look at this intersection, wow. It's like you don't know where to go, but I think this is like a main street that will go and curve to another side. I'll try that. Let's go over this way. So yeah, I think it's a celebration today. Kind of want to ask, but you know, the language barrier, I want to ask, like, are they celebrating, you know, their special day today, the 50th anniversary? But yeah, let's probably try this side to see what's going on. Oh, look at this, like a tea joint. Now the sun is coming out. The good thing is not 100-degree weather out here. It's like late 70s, maybe early 80s, so yeah, gotta watch out with the motorbikes here. They are crazy. Look at that, they don't even stop. So it seems like I'm gonna have a good time crossing the streets out here in Vietnam. Well, let's see what's happening ahead of me over here. And so far, comparing to other places I've been, it seems like people, you know, they really don't mind the camera, they're okay with it. Wow, like, it's literally all colors, you know? The flags and everything, so that's awesome. I guess I came in a really good time to Hanoi. You know, being a fan of history, I remember a kid watching, you know, videos of Vietnam and stuff, but I never in my life thought I would come to this country, but made it happen. I'm right here today, and I couldn't be happier, you know. Like, it's all about the coffee, another coffee joint, Coffee Nang. You know, there are some streets where they have tons of coffee shops. 360 view out here. Yeah, here crossing is gonna be a little bit. I just gotta go for it. Let me cross. Let a Puerto Rican guy cross out here in Vietnam. Look at this. Awesome. Goes a motorbike. And I'm actually staying in an accommodation right here in the Old Quarter. It's called Hanoi Graceful Hotel. Maybe later I'll show you the hotel. It's like a kind of boutique style, you know, but wow. I mean, I haven't checked in the room yet, but so far they treated me well. Like, when I booked the hotel, they even messaged me in the email and left me a WhatsApp number to see if I wanted to be picked up from the airport over here. You know, you see I was gonna get a Grab, but they said it's cheaper, so I said, okay, why not? So they arranged a driver to pick me up in the airport, so he had my name when I got to the airport, and he drove in smoothly, maybe like a 40-minute commute from the airport here to the city center. So, you know, that's a really good introduction for me to the country. And then I arrive here and I walk around to get, you know, get some food. It literally took me only a block down from the hotel to find food joints out here, but yeah. Well, what's this street about? I want to check this out here. Kind of looks like an outdoor market. Let me see. Grinding, hustling out here. That's the thing that I like about coming here. It's like you see people, you know, just working. Like, you see activity and a lot of action happening out here. So, oops, gotta watch out, 'cause they're sharing it with the motorbikes. Wow, this is really cool. You got the shops, you know, sell products. How about here? It's like a lot of snacks, wow. That's nice. And this is one of the most visited countries too, you know? Not only because of the beauty that it offers, but the affordability, you know? So far the air has cleared up, but I heard the city was, or we should be one of the most polluted cities out in the world. When I was riding the car from the airport over here, I saw, I don't know if it was the fog or the smog, but I couldn't even see the skyscrapers. But so far over here, I mean, I don't see any problems with breathing air and stuff, so I guess it cleared out. I guess it depends on the season, but yeah, I heard the pollution in Hanoi can be actually really high, so wow, I noticed a lot of pho. You know, pho is one of my favorite soups, so So I know there's a lot of pho shops where you can sit down. See, this is what I visualize when I think about Vietnam, like the chairs, the tables, little tiny tables. You know, I'm over 6 feet, so, but hey, the experience, you know. Oh, look at this. The lady worker, I like their hats. Maybe I'll get one of those as a souvenir. I love when they wear the hat. Another thing I visualize of Vietnam when people wear the traditional hats. So maybe I'll get one of those outfits. Over here, there's a lady, I think she's selling flowers. I want to show you guys ahead of me. So see, the streets are tight, so you're sharing it with the pedestrian. Look at the lady here. Oh, that's awesome. What is this? Oops. Whoa. And then look at all the motorbike. I guess you can rent a motorbike here and drive around, but I don't know how to drive a motorcycle, so that's not for me. But yeah, the architecture is just gorgeous here. If you're a fan of old architecture like myself, then I think you're really gonna like Hanoi. I haven't been to Saigon yet, but I heard Saigon is a lot of skyscrapers and high-rise buildings. So it's like each city. Wow, look at this guy. Like this. Wow. Yo, that's dope. It's like a soldier outfit. I like that. Then we got more here. This is like a hotel, Hanoi Plaza and Suite. Look at the architecture. It kind of has like that European vibe in it. But this is Asia, the heart of Asia, Southeast Asia. Look at this lady, a vendor. I gotta capture this. Lady, she's selling stuff. Wow. And this is like a major highway right here. But I think I'm gonna merge and go over this side. And this man over here seems like he's selling coconuts. Wow, it's surreal to see this in person. Like I've always see this on television and stuff, but to witness it now, it's just surreal, you know? It just proves that there's a world outside the West. So I'll tell you, man, I know a lot of people, it depends your budget and everything, but if you guys have the chance to travel, just do it, you know? And I know a lot of people in the States, especially in New York where I used to work, they're like, oh yeah, I would like to go to Asia, but it's too far. Trust me, it is worth it. I know you're scared of a long distance flight, but once you land around here, any country in Asia, man, you're gonna see it was really worth it. And you're not gonna even mind flying like 17 hours and 24 hours a day. Oh, they got some restaurants out here. People all over, they're setting up the flags, you know, because of the 50th anniversary. More here, what's this, banh mi? They got banh mi joint everywhere. And they sell burgers and beer, so that's really cool. And over here, more of the tight streets. Yeah, let me walk towards this way to see what's going on over here. I guess Circle Q. I guess this is like kind of like the 7-Eleven of Vietnam. I haven't seen a 7-Eleven yet. And over here they got, what's this? Chua Chen. Not sure. Like a band over here. Over here they got like another restaurant. That's cool. I've been noticing a lot of foreigners out here that they come out here to Vietnam. So, but what's really helping me out here is the weather, you know. When I was in Manila or any part of the Philippines, it was brutally hot, you know. But here it's just comfortable, so it makes it more pleasant for me to be filming out here. Oh, this is really beautiful. I got to show you guys the architecture of this building. Look at this, wow. It's actually really beautiful out here. Yo, this is actually beautiful. Like, look at the architecture behind me. Damehol Indochin Hotel, look on the top. This architecture is actually pretty beautiful. Wow. Then I wonder where the street is gonna take me or what does the street looks like once I walk all the way towards the end. So yeah, I told you that they have a lot of business, food and everything just in walking distance. I wanna see what's happening over here, Nadi Spa. Yeah, just a regular street over here, but wow. I tell you, every single street over here in the city so far is being awesome. Not like many other cities that you got like main streets, and then you go in a regular street and then there's not really much going on, but over here it's like every single street that I've walked. It's just awesome to look at. Wow, I want to show you the architecture here too, which is actually pretty nice. This building, wow, it's gorgeous, you know, it has like that old architecture vibe to it. This street looks to be a happening street. I'll tell you, I think in the nighttime, it's gonna be super lit over here to walk around. Congratulations, Vietnam, on your 50th anniversary of defeating, you know, the evil, the war. See, they even got some areas like you can hang out over here. Massage joint, I heard they're really good in doing massages out here. Cooling area in Vietnam is really good. So crazy that I've only explored a couple of streets and I already got a lot of footage of it. And I've only been, what, like 2 hours since I got here or less? I tell you, man, this is becoming addictive. When you go to a country, you want to travel more and more and more and explore to see what else is going out here. But got my friend Google Maps to guide me where else can I go. I'm a little bit lost, but I'm just using the Google Maps to see if it guides me the right way. Let me see what the blue dot does. I'm just tracking it right here. So it seems like I gotta go the other way if I want to head a little bit more towards the south side. But over here, there's a lot of packing, a lot of action going on over here. So like I say, no matter where you go, you don't even need a Google Map. You just walk around and you see some interesting things going on. I want to show you, look at the branch of this tree right here. Goes all the way up, wow. But yeah, like I said, I gotta go this way. Let me go this way to see what can I find. That too, the humping horns of the motorbike. That's how you know you're in the street action right here. So look at this over here. I think I gotta go this way. So let me do what the people do and just go for it. Souvenir shops. Yeah, like I said, I might buy some stuff later. Then it keeps going straight down. There should be a lake. And my Vietnamese is Hoanda, so I'm not gonna even read the name of the lake. But I think this will take me straight to a lake out here. So I think probably for now, I'm just gonna walk towards the lake. And then later, I'll probably hit the streets at nighttime to see what's going on. Because it's already 10:34, so, you know, by the time I go back, I want to see if the room is ready in the hotel so I can check in. But yeah, this is really awesome out here. You know, I'm just taking it in. So far, you know, I'm loving the streets out here in Hanoi, and it's actually that too. I like this outfit, it's so dope. Nice outfit. That's a nice Vietnamese outfit, that's cool. Just keeps going. This street is actually a little bit more wider, and they got the both lane that drives by, you know. Like I say, every street that you walk is covered with trees, so this is really, really helpful. I think a lot of cities, they should take notes. Look at this. Actually got here vegetables. So I think a lot of cities should take notes, like Hanoi, and, you know, put more vegetables, more trees. One city that did a concept like that of planting so many trees was Medellin in Colombia. And I think it even helped reduce the weather. I'm not sure if it's in Celsius or Fahrenheit, but it helped reduce the weather like 2 degrees, 2 degrees colder. So because of all the vegetation and plantation that they planted over here. I think the lake is over here, so I gotta figure how can I cross. It's the plaza, and then the lake is right there ahead. With all the nice architecture going on right here. But yep, I tell you, so many tourists I'm noticing out here, a lot of them. I see why they come here, man. It's just a beautiful country, you know, and it has a lot to offer. Not just the cities, the nature, the breathtaking views of the nature, the mountains, the rivers, the lake. You know, it's pretty worth it to check out. Now, my mission is to cross this busy street out here. How do I do this? Oh, Lord, it's gonna be intense. Anybody else want to cross with me? Yeah, I'll do what they do. And then we got this beautiful park out here. Oh, they got, I don't know if that's the temple behind me, but they're playing. Yeah, this is nice. I want to show you guys. This is the park right here. Nice. Not sure there's an entrance fee to walk around the bridge and the lake, but it's actually pretty nice and beautiful. I see. Oh, let me walk over here. I don't want to interrupt the people what they're doing. Let me see. Yeah, I see 2 security guards in the entrance right there. So you can see the buildings on the other side, and of course, the lake is just literally gorgeous out here, you know, beautiful. Seems like now, since lunchtime is approaching, it's getting more busier now. And now I figure a little easy way to get back to my hotel. So Little by little, you study the Google Maps, and it's not really that hard, because it's not really a big section out here, the Old Quarter. But they got the Old Quarter, the French Quarter, they got a couple of other neighborhoods out here that are really cool to explore, so more like, whoa. Gotta watch out with the motorbikes, how they maneuver over here. Whoops, you don't pay attention, they can run you over. Another nice intersection over here. The colorful, buildings are pretty nice. And look how tight the streets are, wow. It's just surreal to see, people of all walks of life, even in a nice suit, they're riding a motorbike. This is kind of like the major form of transportation out here in Vietnam. And in many other countries in Southeast Asia and Asia in general, because it saves in gas, it's easy to get around, and avoids the traffic. If you guys love coffee, I think you're gonna love Vietnam, because there's like coffee shops literally all over, no matter where do you walk. So I know my hotel should be straight down. Got to review again my Google Maps. Yeah, just look at the architecture. Little Charm Hostel. It's also like a haven for backpackers if you're on a budget. Vietnam is a good place for you because it offers a lot, adventures and stuff without breaking your budget. So according to Google Maps, one right, one left, and there should be my accommodation. So I think I did a good choice in picking this area, walking distance. Also, the hotel I'm staying in is breakfast included, so I'm excited to see what the breakfast looks like. But I think I did a good choice in picking up the area because it's walkable, it's nice. Tons of restaurants, so I don't even have to go to Google. I just walk around and see what's happening, and you find some pretty interesting things going on. So yeah, one block here, then another left, and I should be in my accommodation. If I make a turn here, my accommodation should be right here. It's kind of like a little hidden gem. Let me double check. So it looks like any regular street, but then if you look towards the left is where my accommodation is. This building over here, Hanoi, Graceful Hotel. So this is where I'm staying, right in the heart of Old Quarter. So made it back outside the street. I'm gonna walk towards the cathedral that's called St. Joseph Cathedral, and hopefully it gets dark and we can see the lights in the nighttime. But actually right now, it's busier. I'm gonna show you how chaos the city is, but this is what I like right here. There was more people. Now when I flip the camera this way, you don't see much motorbikes. And over here, the motorcycle, they're more crazier when they ride around. In the Philippines, at least they're more polite, or they slow down if they see you crossing. Here, they just maneuver around the people. But it's pretty busy, people are getting food. I passed a couple of spots. And the accommodation I'm staying is actually nice because they got like a lot of nice restaurants and joints here. So, and of course, massage parlor. So, wow. Look how the motorbikes go. And then they got what's this? Nang Pho Kong. That's good. A lot of people out here eating. Everywhere you go in Vietnam, it's just nice to look at. So it's like you get distracted because there's so much to take in with the streets out here. Well, I like this bike. Before I make my way towards where the cathedral is, I discovered this beautiful alleyway out here. That is gorgeous, I'll show you. Wow, look at this, it's actually pretty nice. And of course, they got the flags in commemoration to the 50th anniversary. This is beautiful out here, wow. Wow, I like this alleyway, and the architecture is just gorgeous, wow. Look at this. So all the decorations, here's another alleyway. It's pretty nice. And look at the lights. Pretty beautiful. This is another street. You can see it's starting to get dark late. But it's like every street, it shines and it lights up, wow. Vietnamese coffee, it's all about the coffee. One of the largest coffee producers in the whole world, Vietnam. But yeah, gotta keep going straight. It seems like, they have like a lot of bars and restaurants here for people to enjoy and explore. I'm showing you this angle over here. See, it's like every single block that you walk is just worth to look at here in the Old Quarter. So, it's amazing out here. Then I think slowly Hanoi is escalating to one of my favorite cities out here. Wow. It is the fact how it's walkable. I love a city when it's walkable without needing to rely on a car. And then the fact that it has not just a massive city, but it has a lot of vegetations and trees around. That is an example that I think a lot of cities should take notes. I try to keep an eye because I heard there's a lot of snatchers out here in Vietnam, but so far, you know, it's been treating me amazing. And I think I want to stay longer here in Vietnam, but yeah, there's so much out there to see in the world, so you just got to do what you got to do. And it keeps going, you know. The lights and everything, it kind of reminds me a little bit of some parts like near the village in New York City, but this is way better actually, like more walkable. A temple right here, I think. Wow, it's pretty nice. You can see it from a distance. Wow, it's like culture all over. And then this is, and I mean it with all respect, you know, a lot of people like back home in the States, they love to travel around the States, and there's a lot of cool things there, but sometimes I feel like in the States, it's very expensive, and a lot of places are overrated, and they don't have like car depending. And also another thing about the States is that you don't see culture like you come out here. You know, you might spend some money traveling far out here, but once you get out here, it's pretty affordable to get around, the food, you know, things to do. So like I say, less trips to places like Miami and Vegas and start going around the world. I made it towards the St. Joseph Cathedral right here. It's good to see that they have, you know, Catholic influences out here in Vietnam. I think it's a city that has all types of cultures. You know, they have the temple, they have the Catholics, you know, so I'll show you this beautiful architecture ahead of me. This is the church out here, wow. Look how beautiful it is. There is a brand of coffee that opened up in Gateway 2 Mall in Manila, Philippines. I've been there a couple of times, and it's called, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Con Cafe, I don't know how to say it. But I think it's actually a chain out here in Vietnam, and I discovered it right here in the corner, so, hello sister. So I discovered it right here in the corner, so I want to show you in the front. This is the coffee joint in the corner, wow. It's actually massive, and it's actually a really big building too. Tastes about literally like almost a whole block. Yeah, but this is what they open up in the Philippines, in Manila. Con Cafe, I don't know how to pronounce it in Vietnamese, but look at the architecture, how beautiful it is. Wow. You know, here they got a park, 50th anniversary, 1975 to 2025. Not sure if I could go inside, but wow, this park is actually gorgeous, even though it's the nighttime. Lots of trees, I think that's the key. And I tell you, the weather out here is just lovely, not hot, not cold, you know. I'm loving this so far. This is the name of the park. I can't pronounce it because I'm horrible at it, but you read it here and you have an idea. And then they got like a beautiful architecture and building. I just love the branches of the trees here. Actually really beautiful. It's literally a city that has it all. You know, it offers a lot. You know, it has a little bit of everything for everybody, good for families. You know, if you're alone or, you know, partners, it's a city that offers a little bit of everything for everybody. So now it's the nighttime, well, almost getting dark, and you can see how the vibes are out here. It's literally all about the lights. I ended up buying a t-shirt. Came out nice. So, but yeah, just tons of restaurants all over. Oh, is that like a street massage? Got this here selling fruits. To have a little bit more action going on right here, especially with the lights and everything, heavy traffic jam, and beautiful corners, and of course, you know, the vegetation and the tree. That's pretty nice. Just look at this. The architecture, you know, daytime, nighttime, no matter what time of the day you walk. It's pretty vibrant and nice to walk around here. Of course, they got massage parlors, they got shops, stores, clothing stores, everything you need. The malls are literally like outside this area, so I might check out some of the malls tomorrow or when I come back to Hanoi. Look at this busy intersection behind me. It's way better than Times Square actually in New York. But it's just awesome. Like a 360 view, you know, busy streets. This is what I visualize when I think about Vietnam. This place must be good because a lot of people out there are lining up, walking a little bit around the block, around my hotel to see what's going on, how the vibe changes, you know. A little bit quiet at night, but they have like tons of lights out here. Also, another thing I noticed, man, I'm trying to see if there's any supermarket stores around here, but I don't see none, just like mini markets. So I'm kind of scouting to see what's going on. It's only like 7 o'clock and I know I'm gonna be craving something to eat later when I edit my video, but you know, walking around here, I really don't see much. This is what it looks like, you know. Street, all of that. Of course, the beautiful architecture, you cannot forget about that. Maybe I go this way to see what's happening. See a lady with fire. I'm not sure if she's burning something. I want to see. But I think I'm going to start wrapping up my video out here. You know, first day out here in Hanoi, Vietnam, and it's been awesome. So, you know, I'm going to be here for a week, filming around, you know, different parts of the region. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.